What's up, YouTube? What is happening? So today we're going to be looking at Skyline Shine. So this is a brand new soap, just came out a couple weeks ago. It was created by a high-rise guy who, I guess, through putting this concoction together, other guys really started to like it, and they started asking, hey man, can you make me some? So I watched an interview on the Squeegee Life podcast with the guy when I went to go look it up and figure out what it's all about. So it says premium window cleaning solution, streak-free finish, slow evaporation formula, concentrated formula. Now, there's no instructions on how much to use. So because of that, I know it's going to pose an issue for a lot of guys, because they're not going to be able to be consistent with it, and they're gonna blow through the bottle really fast. But we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt because, from what I heard, he bottled everything himself. He did this bootstrap. So, kudos to him for trying. Entrepreneur. As window cleaning business owners, we understand what it's all about. So, he had the balls to try, and that's all that matters. So, maybe as he goes through some of these, profits start coming in, maybe he adds a back label with a little bit more instruction. But that would be my only, I guess, caution is soaps that don't come with instructions on how much to use, is gonna lend a hand to not being consistent. That's just how it is. Consistency and, for a 2-gallon bucket, which is what I'm doing, I'm gonna be adding, a couple squirts. So let's see how it suds up. All right, guys, let's see how this stuff foams up. There is no, description of how much to add, so I don't know if did that much. A couple squirts. Let's see how it foams up. Not really foamy. That isn't necessarily a bad thing because less foam, less cleanup. So let's go see how this stuff performs on the glass. All right, so you guys just saw me use it. I tried a couple different types of squeegees. Not great for the liquidator. I didn't get that glide. It does not have the type of glide you need for the liquidator. So right off the rip, liquidator's out of the question. Second thing, the suds go away immediately. So it's almost like a sudless soap. Literally like nothing. Like there was a few times like they appeared and disappeared. So when you put it on, if you remember my Sorbo soap review with the glide, you'll see that the just like the glide leaves like a sheet, like a clear sheet over the window, that was my experience with this. And one of the added ingredients may be a slip agent. Most slow evaporating formulas, that comes from the glide, like some type of lubricant or slip agent that they add, and that's been a consistent theme throughout, like your Glass Gleam glides, Sorbo glide. There's a couple others. I'm gonna get them all, and I'll show you them all, and we'll kind of rate them. But that is there's a great shine. Like, you know, I could see the window shining from here. It was great. I wet a bunch of them because it's slow drying, just to see how many windows I can knock out before it would dry. And I went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got to 7 by the 8th window. It was, you know, it was all separating and stuff. But that's a good amount of windows to be able to wet and just, you know, bang it out. So I tried a couple different squeegees. I used the liquidator in hand with the Snapper 2.0, the 22-inch. I was doing a little two-handed technique there with the applicator and the 22-inch, and then I switched over to a Sorbo 10-inch because there's some skinnier windows. And a trick Sorbo had taught me was, he said at one point he had a list in the back of his van with all his clients, and next to each client's name was the exact measurement of each window in the house. So he knew he could do one pull and wipe out an entire window. And if you go in there with 2 or 3 different squeegees of the exact size throughout the whole place, you can get through a job very quickly. Wet it in one pull, detail it, and you're done. So that's a cool little trick, and that's why I ended up purchasing and getting all of the sizes in Sorbo, because Sorbo had said, hey, you should really start doing that. Start matching up your window to the exact size and do it in one pull. You'll get out of your jobs way quicker. So that was a cool little tip. So for you guys who are in high rise, I think it would be excellent. Excellent, you know, high rise soap. You know, I'm not going to be too judgmental of it because it's brand new, and the dude's just starting. But for me and my style, you guys know how I clean windows with the Mormon liquidator and the flick pad and stuff. It doesn't mesh. But with like the Sorbo squeegee that I used, it worked pretty good. No complaints there. It's just not my cup of tea when it comes to soaps. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the nice slip that's going to make my squeegee glide so I can fan the window and get it done and get detail-free results. So at the end of the day, not my cup of tea, but if you're in high-rise or you live in a hot climate, maybe Florida, maybe California, in the desert, something like that, because of the slow drying and because no suds, you're not going to have as much to clean up, and it's going to stay wetter longer. So definitely a plus there. So all right, guys, if you could please subscribe. Our subscribers are going up. We're at like 420 something subscribers right now. Very happy. Thank you for all the feedback, the thumbs up. You know, as I said, we're about to it was supposed to be Tuesday and Friday uploads. Now I'm gonna change that to just weekly, because now I'm gonna be busting them out probably every day again. So see you guys on the glass.